Hey everybody, this is David of Homestead Hacks. I wanted to show you something. Back in our previous videos from last fall, we did a lot of videos on in the summer, at the end of summer, of our winter garden. And I want to show you the quality of this kale that comes through. It's a dwarf Siberian. This is what I just picked out of the garden. And it is just absolutely gorgeous. No bugs, no aphids, nothing. There's Big Dog. Camera shy. As soon as you put the camera on him, he turns around and walks off. But anyway, I'm going to show you here in a minute why it's worth planting you a winter garden if you can. Then right here beside our air conditioning of the house, the comfrey is coming up. We found out with this comfrey, just experiment with it over the years. If you don't pick a nice, moist place for it to grow, it'll grow for a little bit, then it just pretty much dies out, especially here in the south because it gets really hot. This is actually on the west side of the house, and it does really good here. It's up, and I got another experimental spot that's down below the bee yard. It does excellent there. It's damp and the soil is very rich. But anyway, let me show you what our garden looks like. Okay, this is the kale. If you remember, we had 2 rows of kale. Now, we did have some bug damage last year. You can see where we lost a little bit of it. Not much. Right there in the center. But the rest of this has grown back over the winter time. And is very, very good quality. It's starting to bolt a little bit. See right here? It's starting to go to seed. So up until now, you're going to get a good crop of kale, at least up until April, until it all finally bolts. The color greens are right here. They're a little bit more advanced in bolting. You can see right there. The color greens, they're better down on that end. Those 2 rows right there are doing pretty good. Not too bad. But the kale, I'm highly impressed by that. Watch, don't step on that snake. And okay, the cabbage is pretty much gone. The broccoli is pretty much gone. And what we got left here, this is an experimental. I've not really grown that many turnips, but they was planted way too thick. And that's why you can see them in the ground. There's not a whole lot of big ones. There is a few. I mean, here's one that's decent size. Very good turnips, but they're also starting to bolt, especially down on this end. You'll see where they're flowered out already. That whole bottom part right there is turnips that's bolting, and they did decent. Like I said, they're very good. Very good quality. Some of them are not bad size. You pull them up, there's not too bad. Not too bad. But overall, this winter, I'm very pleased with the garden. The worst part about it was the beginning part, probably in September, is when we had the worst with the aphids. And the aphids were horrible. They were just downright horrible. Everywhere you step, there's these dang snakes. You gotta watch it, they'll bite you. Okay, here's the Georgia collards. You flip them over and look, and that's where you're gonna see your aphids. And this time of year, you just don't see them. I've seen the coddler moths flying around, but I'm not seeing any signs of any. You can see where something's eating on it a little bit. But this time of year, you got to start watching out for slugs, because slugs are pretty much almost year round here in North Georgia. But you can see where they're bolting down there a little bit. But this made more than I would ever eat. And got some onions that we plant. Now this stuff has grown all winter. We have some onions growing right here that I planted also last fall, and they're ready, more than ready to pick for some fresh onions. They're probably in the ground pretty tight. I'm gonna have to get a shovel, get them out. There's one that come up. Yeah, they're coming up. The ground's fairly wet, but they're in there kind of deep. But anyway, I just want to show you all that, so see what you thought of that. Look how deep the roots are on those onions. Kale is very good. It's more of a bitter taste in your greens, but probably one of the best as far as good for you. I don't think you can beat a better green that is better for you than kale. A lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, extremely good for you. But anyway, I just wanted to share that, folks. Just please help share our videos, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Homestead Hacks.